Hello everyone. In the previous session, we have discussed about the syllabus, that is physiology, biochemistry and immunology. So under that paper, the first unit, that is physiology, under that we'll see about introduction, definitions, branches and the scope of physiology. So what is physiology? So physiology is nothing but it is a study of functions of the organs and the organ system of living organisms. So it is one of the oldest branch of biology and it mainly deals with the morphology and anatomy. So if you are studying about complete structure and if you are studying about complete functioning, so that together comes to one form, that is a physiology. So you can study about a cell to organ system, tissues. So when they are linked to one another, so that relates to the morphology and anatomy. So this is physiology. So if one organ, if you are studying about its function, like how it is made up of, what are the type of tissues, cells it consists of. So the whole thing that makes a morphology and anatomy. So if you are studying completely about its morphology and anatomy, then you can call it as physiology. So as you can see in that picture, so if you are studying about the endocrine system or the endocrine glands, then we call it as endocrine physiology. If you are studying about the reproductive organs, different types of reproductive organs and its structure and function, then it will be called as reproductive physiology. The immune system may be the blood cells, WBC, and different types of cells like platelets. So that which helps in improving your immune system, then that is immune physiology. Then if you are studying about urinary structures like maybe the kidney and the different types of the tubes which are connected to the kidneys, so that makes the urinary physiology. So like that you are having different types of physiologies of like nervous, muscles, circulatory, respiratory and gastrointestinal. So this is some of the examples. So there are many functions and many different types of physiology. So we'll see a note about the history. So the term physiology was given by a French physician. His name is Jean Fernel in the year 1542. So what he said, it was a term derived from the Greek, which means physio means nature and logos means study. And later on, the William Harvey, so you might have studied in your lower classes about him. So he was the person who gave double circulation. So what did he say? So he discovered the circulation of blood and he was the first to introduce the experimental method of physiological investigation. So he was the first person to study how the circulation of blood takes place. So later on, until that time, the physiology terminology was not there, but later they started to work on it and they had different types of discoveries on that. So these are the two eminent fellows who studied the physiology in the historical time, and now there are many physiologists who study in the medical aspects and in different types of scientific aspects as well. So next we'll come to the branches of physiology. So the first one is general physiology. So here different organisms are having different structures, like for example, if you take the embryo of chick, frog and human in earlier days, maybe within 10 to 15 days, the embryo looks same. So that structure if you are studying, then that is a general physiology. So usually that is called as general physiological activities. So those all concepts will come under general physiology. Next, cellular physiology. So if you are studying about the activity of the cell, for example, the blood, RBC, what it does, or what is the function of the nephron, how the messages are sending from one cell to another cell or one tissue to another tissue. So that all comes in the cellular physiology. Next, we are having special physiology, that is related to organ and organ system. For example, now if you want to study about complete respiration, You will be studying each and every organ that comes under respiration. For example, lungs, bronchia, nose, and what type of cells they are associated. So overall structure and the function, if you are studying under the one type of process, maybe excretion, respiration, digestion, that is called as special physiology. Next we are having special group of physiology. Like for example, if you are studying about complete physiology of an insect, then it is called as insect physiology. If you want to study about human physiology, so that is human physiology. If you want to study or if you want to compare animal physiology with human physiology, so these are the special groups which are in mammals or many different types of animals. So that makes a special group physiology. Next, comparative physiology. So as I was telling about the, for example, when you take mammals, so the physiology of monkeys and humans is comparative similar, but there are some differences. So as they eat different types of food, we cannot digest all the raw material what the food is taken by the monkeys. So in that case what we'll do, we'll compare the physiology of monkeys and humans. So that is called as comparative physiology. So usually the process, for example, now excretion, comparing with the rabbits and mouse. So both belong to mammals, but the type of excretion or the type of waste produced by these animals may be different. So that is comparative physiology. Next we are having pathological physiology. So here we will be studying about abnormalities, maybe which results in diseases. So that is called as pathological physiology. So these are some of the different types of physiologies. So what are the scopes of physiology? So now you already know what do you mean by physiology. By studying morphology and anatomy, you can make out the physiology. But this scope for physiology, you need to study the function and mechanism of all the living organisms or the structure. Then only you can investigate how the cells work, how the organ work, what is the composition of tissue, in what way does it helping in the organ system or to maintain our balance. So those all are the scopes which comes under physiology. So in human physiology, if you want to study about the cells, muscles, organ, so when you put together all these structures, for example cells, tissues, muscles, organ system, then you can study about complete human physiology. So usually this physiologist, they will be having wide knowledge about how to treat diseases. So once they study the structure, they can make out, okay, what are the abnormalities, in which structure there is abnormality, and that stressed portion they will treat with the different types of drugs and expose it to the different environment. So this is how the physiologist, they treat with the diseases and different types of abnormalities. So what are the career opportunities? Like if you are completely studying about the physiology, then you can be a physiologist, then biomedical scientist by studying different types of cells, like what type of chemical reaction that occurs inside the cell, how can I enhance the different types of reactions, what type of drugs can I use. So those all comes in biomedical. Sports physiologist, okay, like for example you can see a person can run 100 meters in 10 seconds. So how can you enhance his running speed in shorter time? So that is also a type of physiologist. And physiotherapist, you already might have seen physiotherapist in hospitals, those who work for different types of muscles and different types of organs. If you are having any disabilities or abnormalities, what type of exercises and what type of workouts he will be giving, that is physiotherapist. And research and teaching, so you are having wide range of research in physiology, like making different types of experiments in different animals, different types of treating different types of drugs to different types of cells. So these all comes under the career opportunities in physiology. So this is about your introduction to physiology. Thank you.